Hello everyone, welcome to Home Institute. This is your Sushma ma'am. We are with the chapter Electricity of Class 10 Physics. In my previous video, we discussed something which is very important, that is Ohm's law and all, where we solved so many problems, whatever which is there in your NCERT textbook. Now we'll move on to the very important term that what we discussed in the Ohm's law, that is called as a resistance. Okay, this resistance is nothing but a disturbance. What I discussed in a previous class, resistance gives a disturbance to the flow of current. Whenever the disturbance appears in the flow of current, there is a resistance is present in that conductor or in that circuit. Okay, now I'll explain you what is the disturbance, how the disturbances happen in a circuit and all. Okay, let me tell you one thing. R is given by R is equal to V divided by I. Where you got this formula? That is from Ohm's law. Am I right? What is the formula for Ohm's law? V is equal to I into R. From this, resistance is given by V divided by I. Here, one thing that I explained you, resistance is directly proportional to the potential difference, but this resistance is inversely proportional to the current. If R increases, this voltage will also going to be get increases. If R increases, I will get decreases. If I increases, R will get decreases. From this, we can easily explain you, we can easily tell you how resistance is disturbs current during the flow in the circuit. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. What is the meaning of the disturbance? That what I told you in the previous class. So if the circuit is there, what I told you, that a circuit is there, there is a flow of current is also there and everything is there. Okay, let me explain the resistance in terms of circuit and all. What I told you just now, that is resistance is inversely proportional to the flow of current, correct? So let me take one circuit. Here the flow of current is passing from positive to negative terminal, negative to positive, that electrons are moving and all. This is a conductor, guys. What is this? This is a conductor. This is a conductor, okay? This conductor has many impurities, correct? This conductor has many impurities. Please note on this one, this conductor has many impurities where whenever the current starts flowing in this, those impurities will get collide with the electrons. The electrons which are passing in this circuit, those will get collide with the impurities which are present in that conductors that I already explained you. The conductors, they are nothing but a metals. That metals definitely holds some atoms and all, and we know that the atoms contain so many impurities. The collision, whatever the collision is happening in the flow of current, that is called as resistance. It distract the flow of current. The flow of current, whatever the flow of current is there, that will gonna get disturbed during the collision and all. Because of this reason, the rate of flow of whatever that what I'm explained you just now, that current will get definitely decreases when resistance, the disturbance, if the disturbance is more, definitely the current, the flow of current will get decreases. Okay, this is what the resistance, how the resistance will avoid the flow of current. As R increases, definitely I will get decreases. If I increases, it means resistance will get decreases. For this, that I'll explain you some terms, some definition for how whatever the disturbance, how the disturbance gonna termed and defined in during the flow of current and all. Just note down this one. Take this. Resistance is purely dependent on the impurities, how much impurities are present in the given atom and a given conductor and all. Okay. That resistance causes by the whatever the impurities which is there, it causes by the impurities which are present in conductor. Okay. Okay. Collision, nothing but resistance causes due to collisions. That collision is going to be happen with the impurities only. Please note down these points carefully. Now I'll explain some terms which tells you in which term we are having much of resistance, in which term we are having less resistance. It means where we are having more collisions and where we are having less collisions and all. There are some terms are there. Let me explain you that one. Okay. First I'll take conductors. What do you mean by conductors, guys? What is the meaning of conductors and all? These are the things, that is materials where the flow of current is very easy flow of current, easy flow of electron are going to be happening. It means flow of current, flow of what, guys? Current is also very easy. Okay. Easy flow, there is it is very important term, that is conductor has very less collision. This conductor has very less collision. So take down this one, less collision. What is this? Less collision. It don't have much collision and all. Now I'll move on to the another term which is also very important, that is our resistor. Resistors are the things where appreciable amount of resistance is there in the resistor. Resistor should be there in the flow of current, that is in a circuit. Definitely we are having resistors. Why that resistors are that much important? Because if resistors are not there, the flow of current, if the flow of current will get increases, definitely it will burst the circuit, and the wire, the conducting wire also will get burst. That's why we need to use resistors during the flow of current and all. So resistors are gonna represented like this, guys. So this is very important. Okay. So we'll represent resistors like this only. So how much amount of current is required? That much amount of current will gonna flow in a given circuit and all. For example, in our homes, that what I explained you, 220 volt is there, correct? That 220 volt is gonna distributed with so many kinds of our electrical appliances like TV, fridge, washing machine, mixer and all. So how much it is required, that much current will gonna flow. This is gonna happen only with the help of this resistors. So what is the definition of resistor, guys? Appreciable amount of resistance. So it is appreciable amount of, but how much is required, that much resistance is there. Appreciable amount of what, guys? Resistance is there. Definitely the some disturbance is there. Appreciable amount, that is it is gonna fixed. So 220 volt is gonna distributed to the TV, fridge, washing machine, mixer, whatever the electric appliances are there in your homes. The whatever the current will gonna distribute it, but some resistors got adjusted there for the flow of current and everything. So resistors, appreciable amount of resistance is there. Here also little bit of collision is there. Why that collision is required? To avoid the whatever the harm that is going to happen during the flow of current, that is the circuit will get burst or the conducting wire will catches the fire and all. To avoid those things, resistors are there in a circuits. In every home, the resistors are there. Next one is, guys, insulator. Materials which has more resistance, which has more resistance. For example, plastic, rubber will not allow any flow of current and all. These are the materials where we are going to use to stop the flow of current and all. So for example, plastic and rubber. Next one is variable resistance. These are the resistance which controls the flow of current without changing that voltage and all. Controls without changing, that is voltage. That is voltage. Fifth one is rheostat. So this rheostat is nothing but it is a device that changes the resistance of the circuit. A device that changes the resistance of the circuit. Okay. Whatever the terms that I explained you just now, conductors, resistors, variable resistance, insulators, and the rheostat. On these topics, you may get some questions in your MCQ or you may get some questions in 1 marks question. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next topic, which is very important and definite question. You will get that in your board exams. That topic is very, very important. Okay. That is factors affecting what, guys? Factors affecting resistance. What are the factors that are affecting the resistance? Okay, how that whatever the some factors are there, they'll definitely affect the resistance. Okay, there are 4 factors, guys. There are how many factors are there? Please, this is very important. Note down properly. There are 4 factors are there. The first one is length of a wire. Length of a wire. I'll take one. This is one wire and this one is another wire. Now just look out. This is around 1 length and this is having 1 length. Okay. The length of the wire definitely causes some changes in the resistance. If the length is short, the resistance, the disturbance which are present in the wire, definitely it will be less. So the resistance will be less. If the length of the wire is bigger one, there is a lot of disturbance are there. That means it has a more disturbance. That is impurities, that whatever that I explained during in your conductor and all, more disturbance is there and that causes more resistance. It means resistance is directly proportional to the length. As resistance increases, length of a wire will also get increases. If the resistance decreases, length of a wire will also get decreases. Okay, this is first term, that what you have to be carefully note down this one. The length of a wire is the first factor that affecting the resistance. Second one is area of cross section of a wire. So whatever the how much the area which is there in the given conducting wire, that will definitely affect the resistance, guys. For example, if I'll take thicker one and the thinner one, this is thicker and this is thinner wire, okay. So this is very thin, okay. Here, just look at here, the atoms are closely packed in the thicker wire where atoms are freely moving. So it means when thin wire, if the atoms are freely moving, the resistance increases, and here resistance will get decreases, because thicker wire, it is fully almost it is fully packed and there is no movement of those impurities and all. But in a thinner wire, the movement of an atoms or the impurities are very high. So for this, definitely resistance will get increases. So area of cross section is inversely proportional to the resistance. As R increases, the thick that is the cross section of an wire will get decreases. If A increases, the resistance will get decreases. Okay, these just note down, length of a conducting wire is directly proportional to the resistance, where cross section, area of cross section of a wire is inversely proportional to the resistance. Okay. Third one is nature of material. According to the nature of material, the resistance will get vary. For metals, what guys? For metals, resistance will be high. For insulators, resistance will be low. Different materials have different nature on resistance. Okay, please note on this carefully. The nature of a material is purely dependent on the property, the characteristics of those materials. According to that, resistance will get vary. Now, the last one, the fourth one, the temperature. R is directly proportional to the temperature, guys. So, temperature is the last one. Resistance is directly proportional to the temperature. If R increases, temperature will also get increases. If the temperature increases, definitely the R will also get increases. Okay. These are the factors you need to be carefully note down, and this is very important question that you may get this question as a 2 marks question. What are the factors that are affecting resistance? First one is length of a wire, which is directly proportional to the resistance, and the second one is area of cross section, which is inversely proportional to the resistance, and the third one is nature of the material, which material we are using for the conducting of a current ring. Though that material is varies the resistance, and the last one is temperature, which is directly proportional to the resistance. If resistance increases, temperature will also get increases. If the temperature decreases, resistance will also get decreases. Okay. Now we'll derive one formula for resistivity. Okay. What is resistivity and all, I'll tell you. Before going into the resistivity, let me ask you one question. What is the formula for resistance, guys? R is equal to what? V by I. And whatever the factors that are affecting, from that we can write down few terms regarding resistance. R is directly proportional to L and R is inversely proportional to cross section of area. From these two, I can write down R is proportional to L by A. Am I right? To remove this proportionality constant, that I introduced one term that is called as R is equal to rho L by A. Okay, R is equal to rho. Rho is nothing but, this is very important, resistivity. Okay, this is resistivity. Okay, rho is the resistivity of a given conductor. To remove the proportionality constant, that I introduced one term that is called as a rho, that is nothing but resistivity. It is a property of a material, guys. What is resistivity? It is the property of a material. And what is resistance? It is a disturbance during the flow of current. So there is a difference is there. Whatever the property which obeys, that material obeys some property, that property is called as resistivity, where resistance is the nothing but a flow, the disturbance during the flow of current. Now we'll derive a formula for rho. Rho is equal to RA divided by EL. I can take this A as small term, RA divided by EL. This is very important. Rho is equal to RA divided by L, where R is resistance, A is cross area of cross section, and then L is length of a conducting wire. So here R is nothing but what, guys? Resistance, and A is area of what? Cross section, and L is length of wire. Okay. Now, what is the unit for rho? So rho is equal to RA by L, correct? This is measured in terms of, R is gonna measured in terms of ohm, area of cross section meters divided by meter. So these two terms will get cancelled. Ohm meter. What is the unit for rho? That is rho. We called it as rho. Resistivity, we called it as rho. Okay, rho. What is the unit for rho, guys? Unit meter. This is very important. Please take down this rho. So what is the unit for resistance, guys? This is ohms. Okay, ohm meter is the unit for rho, that is resistivity, and ohm is the unit for resistance. Please note down these terms very carefully, because you have to mention the units in during the problems and all. You have to mention those terms carefully. Note down this definition, which is there in your NCERT textbook. What is rho? What is resistivity? Is nothing but it is a property of a material. That's what I told you just now. It is a property of a material which is defined as a resistance of a material in a particular dimension. In a given dimension, we have to measure the resistivity. In a given dimension, we have to measure the property of those material and all. Please note on this. And one thing. Now, there is one note is there, guys. Note. If same material is there, the material is same, I'll take two materials. Those materials are same, but the length and the cross section of those materials will get vary. So same material is there, but different. But they have different area and length. Okay. So in this case, how you gonna explain rho and resistance, guys? Okay. Resistance, what we defined just now, it is a property. Correct? It is a property of a material. Am I right? So, but resistance is a disturbance. So, take one note. The same material, I'll take two variety of same material, I'll take, but they have a different area and length. In this case, how you gonna define the resistivity and the resistance? Just now I discussed something that is about resistivity. What is that? It is a property of a material. Okay, it is a property and it is a disturbance. The property of a material, if it is this much or if it is this much, the property is same. Correct? So that is very easily you can tell. The resistivity will remain same. It will remain same. I'll take one cup of tea. If you are drinking this cup of tea, if you are drinking that in a small cup or in a big cup, the taste of the tea is same. Okay, correct. That is what I'm telling you. The resistivity is nothing but it is a property. The property will never gonna change. If the material having the same kind of material, the property will remain same. What about the area and length? If that area is increases or length will get in the property. What are the property which is there in that? It will never get changed. So resistivity will remain same. What about the resistance, guys? That I discussed very just now. That resistance is inversely proportional to the area and it which is directly proportional to the length. It means what? Definitely resistance will get change. Am I right? Resistance will get change. Please note on this point because resistance is purely dependent on area and length. If the area increases and length will get changes, definitely the resistance will also get changes. Like that, rho resistivity, the property will never get changes. Let's move on to some numericals. Okay. These numericals are in exercise part of your NCERT textbook. Okay, let me start with the first numerical. Resistance of a metal wire of length 1 meter is 26 ohm. If diameter of a wire is 0.3 millimeter, what will be the resistivity? Now, let me tell you, write down the given, guys. Given. Length, L is equal to how much? 1 meter. And R is how much? 26 ohm. And the that is what they had given. The diameter D is equal to 0.3 millimeter. It means it implies 0.3 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. Correct. What we need to calculate, that is rho, resistivity. And what is the formula for rho, guys? Rho is equal to RA divided by L. They had given everything. But area of cross section they had not given. They had given you diameter. Correct. That area of cross section, if for a circular wire and all, it is pi d square divided by what is this? Pi d square divided by 4. So pi d square divided by 4. I'll put those things here. Rho is equal to R pi d square divided by L into 4. Just apply the given things. Rho is equal to, what is R, guys? 26 into, what is pi? That you already know that pi has a fixed value, that is 22 divided by 7. That is how much, guys? 3.14. 3.14. Pi is equal to 22 by 7, which is nothing but 3.14. And what is D, guys? 0.3 into 10 to the power of minus 3 whole square divided by L is how much? 1 into 4. So now approximately how much you will get? That is 26 into 3.14, 0.3. That you have to multiply this 4 into 0.3, that is whole square, into 10 to the power of minus 3. That also separately you have to multiply, divided by 4, which is nothing but is approximately 183 into 10 to the power of minus 8. So rho is equal to, tell me. Now I can make it as 1.83 into 10 to the power of 2 into 10 to the power of minus 8. How much will get? 1.83 into 10 to the power of minus 6. So what is rho here, guys? 1.83 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Please note down this ohm meter. So this is very important. Mentioning of an unit for every problem, that you have to mention the units for the respective calculation. Okay, please don't forget that one, you will lose the marks. Okay, this is your second problem. What they had given: a copper wire has a diameter 0.5 millimeter and resistivity, they had given resistivity guys, 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 8 ohm meter. And what is length of a wire if resistance is 10 ohm? Just mention the given terms first. Diameter, d is equal to how much guys? 0.5 millimeter. It implies 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. And rho is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 8 ohm meter. And R is equal to how much? 10 ohm. In this problem, we need to calculate length of a conducting wire. What is the formula that we know? Rho is equal to RA divided by L. And A is what guys? Pi d square divided by 4. Now L is equal to RA divided by rho. Okay. So just mention those terms. What is R? 10 into what is A? Pi d square divided by rho. What is rho? 1.6. So L is equal to R pi d square divided by rho into 4. So what is R? 10 into 3.14 into what is D? 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 whole square divided by what is rho guys? 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 8 into 4. How much you will get? Length? Just calculate. 7.85 into 10 to the power of minus 6 divided by how much you will get? 1.6 into 4, that is how much? 6.4 into 10 to the power of minus 8. How much you will get? Let me write down here. Your L is around 1.22 into 10 to the power of minus 2. I'll convert this as 122 into 10 to the power of 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. It will get cancelled. L is how much guys? 122 meter. So length is gonna calculated in terms of meter only. So let me explain one more time. So what they had given, D they had given. From this information, we can calculate the area of cross section by taking a formula pi d square divided by 4. And resistivity they had given, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 8. And resistance is 10 ohm. We need to calculate length. Just interchange the terms, that is in the formula. Rho is equal to RA divided by L and L is equal to RA divided by rho. Just substitute the values and you will get around how much it is? 1.22 into 10 to the power of minus 2. I just converted, I shifted the point. So 122 into 10 to the power 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Those two terms will get cancelled. So what is the length of a conducting wire in this problem? 122 meter. Mention the unit properly. Oh, this finishes your numerical parts in your NCERT textbook. Next, in my next video, we'll move on to the important term, that is how the resistance are gonna connected through series and the parallel connections are there. We'll go through with that concept in my next video. And thank you so much guys. Please do like, share and subscribe my video. The video, full video you need to watch. Then only you will understand the concept properly. Thank you so much.